All right, we are live on Adobe Radio with another wonderful episode of Wesam's World. This week, return guest Ari Goldman from Jiu Jitsu Flow. Ari, thank you for making the Lord of the Rings trek all the way from Orange County to
My pleasure, man.
North Hollywood.
My pleasure.
Traffic was bad. We were talking about that.
It was bad. It was hot. Like these lights right now. Feeling a little nervous.
Don't feel nervous.
Just gotta
We're
breathe it
together.
out, dude. Let's do it. No,
You
that's
know,
good.
our last clip where we were breathing together, that was very popular.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of messages, a lot of people going, what's going on here?
Yeah. How many times did you practice your breathing since that episode?
Oh, every single morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I had to come ready.
Respect.
Yeah, there you go.
More than me.
No, not every single morning. No. Usually it's before jiu-jitsu class just to kind of calm myself down, to be honest with you. And I brought this up before we started, but I've continued on the journey of jiu-jitsu, and it's been great.
Nice.
And just coming across some, I think, normal obstacles, which I wanted to ask you some stuff about, and compare and contrast with your jiu-jitsu journey, especially when you first started out. I am training smarter in class, so I'm trying to use the minimal amount of effort whenever I'm rolling and trying to focus on technique. Is that appropriate?
Yes.
This is a no. This doesn't feel like a yes at all.
I'm trying to figure out like what's the smartest way to roll. I feel like everybody has their own path, their own starting point, and it's just I'm going through a phase right now where I question a lot of things. I question techniques. I question how I teach, how other people are teaching. I don't know if it's that I'm like getting more into maybe questioning is not the right word, but just trying to analyze everything more from not just the student perspective, because I'll always be a student, but I'm trying to, as I teach more, trying to just critique my own craft as a teacher, as a coach. So it's forcing me to just question everything that I know.
Okay. You know what? Hold on. This is gonna get really deep, so I'm gonna kind of mirror you here.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna pull my hat back, and here's what I think. Okay, I think you're right.
Just went from like a white belt to a blue belt, by the way.
I just got promoted.
Dude, I mean,
I just got promoted. Oh,
podcast promotion, baby.
oh my God,
Let's
this
go.
is awesome. Cheers. Great.
Congrats.
I think there's some truth to that, though. Like, everybody has to find their own way, because everybody, has a different body type, has different life things going on, has different goals in terms of, like, actual jiu-jitsu training. So I don't think that's too far-fetched, and I think that's correct. I just feel the reason why I'm trying to use as minimal amount of energy is I've realized my first year training jiu-jitsu, I was really straining a lot and going like 100%, and my body was feeling it in not the best way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and like, what are your goals with jiu-jitsu? Because I think that plays a factor into it as well. Because, you know, if you're looking to compete, even if you're a white belt, you've been training for a few months, there's people that they want to start competing as soon as possible. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but who am I to say? Like, it's their path. If they want to put themselves out there and test themselves and start competing, like, whatever. But so what are your goals with jiu-jitsu?
Great question. I want to be able to effectively and confidently be able to defend myself in any kind of grappling situation or any kind of self-defense situation. If the fight goes to the ground, I want to be totally comfortable there. I want to reach black belt, not for the like, I don't know if prestige is the right word, but to tell people I'm a black belt. But I feel like that's such a difficult thing to achieve, and I want to see if I can do it or not. And so that's one of the reasons. And like most martial arts I've done in the past, I'm not only really enjoying jiu-jitsu, but I feel like, man, this is the first time I don't know, there's this spark that's sparked up since I've been doing it, where I'm like, I feel good doing this, like internally, spiritually doing it.
Yeah. It's hard. The beginning, like you've been training for what, a year?
2 years now.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
So you're at Tokyo Fight Club?
Little Tokyo Fight Club.
Little Tokyo Fight Club, excuse me. Do they do promotions?
Yeah.
Stripes?
Stripes, yeah.
Yeah. Have you got
I have 2 stripes.
How do you feel about the stripes?
I don't feel like I've earned them.
Really?
But that's just me, because I feel like I could always
normal.
be better. You know what I mean? And so I would rather be one of those people like who is like, oh wow, he's a blue belt. He should be like a purple, rather than like, oh, that's a blue belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so the actual promotions and stuff are cool, like great, but I'm not like looking just for the promotion. I want to know it. I want the knowledge of it. I want it in my body.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Your ego enjoys the promotions.
Right.
Being able to put on that new belt, people looking at you a little differently. But like the journey, if you really enjoy it, and once you get past blue belt, actually, I don't know. I was going to say, if you like, once you get to blue belt, it's easy to get to black belt. That's not true. But like that first year where you don't know anything and you're trying to learn, and to go back to your point where you're trying to train smarter, not use as much energy, that's super hard to do when you don't know anything, right? My brother, he took me to get my black belt for him to have any interest in starting to train. So I've been trying for over 10 years to get him to train. He finally started to train, and it's like big athletic guy. He's in his 40s now, and he's going through that process where it's like he feels like a baby on the mats. But he's strong, so it's like trying not to use energy. But where I'm all over the place with this, but when it's like, should you not use too much energy? I think it's different for each person, because we all have different strengths, and it's like strength is a technique. Like it's a technique in itself, and being able to control it, I think, helps you. I go back and forth about this a lot, so my thoughts are.
Can I just say something while you're thinking about that? I don't mean to interrupt. I could tell like you're.
I appreciate the interruption, actually.
I could tell you're in the questioning phase in your life, like from
this goes well beyond the jiu-jitsu mats.
Yeah. Do you want to delve into that a little bit? Because this is really interesting to me, because not that it's good or bad, it's just a different energy from last time. I think the last time we met up, I went to Try and Foe and train, which was great gym. Absolutely loved it there.
Yeah.
I saw that UFC fighter, oh my gosh, Blake. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Blake. He was there, and I was watching him roll, and it was like, whoa, oh my God.
Yeah.
I love watching people who are even at that level, because like, wow, there's really like, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you see like a big mountain, and then you're like, oh, well, that's Mount Everest over there. And you're like, oh shit, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's so interesting. Yeah, you really are in a questioning phase of your life.
Yeah. Which isn't a bad thing.
No.
It gets frustrating at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I got to in like my mid-20s, when I started to somewhat get my life together, I started questioning everything, basically realizing that I don't know much about anything. And I feel like I'm kind of going through that process again. So hopefully there will be some growth out of it, and it'll get me to a better place.
I think so. I'll tell you something that I think I totally agree with, because this is what I tell my students whenever I teach acting class. I tell them, hey, my way is not the only way. You guys should go out and learn all different types of techniques and tools to help you get into a truthful place with your work. Yeah. And it seems like it kind of parallels with maybe like your approach, with people's approach to jiu-jitsu, to training. Like, you got to find your own way. You got to find the way that works best for you and what you need and your goals.
Yeah. And it, like, I think about opening a gym, and it's like, you go to a class and it's very easy to critique someone that's teaching, right? The instructor, the head coach. It's very, we should be doing this. Why aren't we doing this more? And it's like, when you start actually teaching and going through the process of trying to instruct many different personalities, skill levels, people with different goals, like, it makes you, it's a difficult task, because you want to be able to help everybody, and you want everybody to be on the same page as you.
Yeah.
And that's just not the case.
No.
Right? Most people don't really care about, they care about jiu-jitsu, but they're not, they're not trying to compete. They're not, they might just be going to get their mind off life, which is perfectly fine. I do it all the time, right? Like it's like figuring out how to provide value to everybody is frustrating.
It is.
You know?
You know what I've done in my classes to help kind of solve that problem?
Please
because
tell
I
me.
noticed it as soon as I started my first 2 big in-person classes. I see where the scene is going, where it needs to go, and what they're doing wrong. I see it all. It's like, Neo in the Matrix. I see everything that's wrong, and I see what needs to be done to make it right. And I'm trying to get these students, these actors to those places. And I'm like, well, just put your left foot there, your right foot there. You gotta feel it here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like take them step by step.
But don't say it too stern, right?
Oh, I
do.
do.
They might get
I also have to talk about that in my class. I'm very direct. Yeah.
Good.
But so I realized, wait a minute, everybody's at different levels, and I got to figure out what each person's goals are. So I've started the first class, the first day of every semester. We do a big round thing, and I go, hi, just tell me your name, how many years you've been professionally training, and what your goals are for this class. That way I can like calibrate whenever they're up on stage what I need to do, because sometimes you can only get like a few inches with a person every time they're in class, or if you need them just to get to one step, that's a big win for that day, if that makes sense. Do you notice that with certain students, like you're gonna have to like, hey, as long as this person just keeps open guard and just holds them in there, that's fine. They don't need to like go through the entire movement, because that's like a big step for them.
Yeah, or sometimes it's as basic as, all right, this person's not getting frustrated right now. It's a win, right? You're doing the technique completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't listen to one thing that I just said for the last 5 minutes, but you're not getting frustrated. Like, good job.
Yeah.
And like, that's okay.
That is okay.
I think.
I mean, it has to be. What else?
It has to be, exactly.
What's the alternative?
What are you doing? That's what it turns into. With my girlfriend Sophia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys filmed your jiu-jitsu instructionals, right? That people can get on jujitsuflow.com or just Jiu-Jitsu Flow. Okay.
No, jujitsuflow.com.
Great. And what do you get if they purchase like these videos? Is it like a flat fee? Is it a subscription?
So yeah, right now it's a one-time fee. I have 2 instructionals on there now. One of them is more of like a follow-along format. So there's multiple like 30-minute follow-along workouts that are based on solo drills. The solo drills consist of jiu-jitsu movements. And then I show the partner technique like in separate modules. The second instructional is more broken down by position. So, seated guard, open guard, turtle position, top mount, closed guard, all the like main positions of jiu-jitsu. I go through solo drills, and then I put like some follow along shorter workouts together, just to show examples of like how you can make your own home workouts, based on solo movements. And I'm working on a third instructional now, focusing specifically on seated guard. So I break down all the movements that that kind of make up techniques from seated guard. So examples like different categories that I have, ways to get up, ways to wrestle up, sit down efficiently, leg pummeling variations, scooting variations, inversions, and I go through all these solo movements and then also show the partnered version so you can kind of visualize how you would be using them in live training.
That's awesome. We're going to take a quick break, and then I want to continue with this. And we're back. And so you were talking about your instructional videos. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a lot.
Yeah. So those are all like online courses where you pay one time. It's like BJJ Fanatics. You pay one time, and then you have full access to the courses.
That's a great deal.
They're cool. Yeah.
That's a really good deal.
Yeah. But trying to figure out how to continue growing and be able to connect more with people, create more of a community. I love online. The online model is amazing. You can reach people all over the world. But the connection, I feel, needs to be stronger, right? And then not that like, you can have a strong online connection. How I'm providing my service, I'm trying to improve. So that I can, whether that's going to a subscription-based model where I can get people that are, that are in the community interacting with one another, where I can do more live, even if it's live video sessions with them. Because that's one thing I love online. It's amazing. But I always wanted to have my own gym for the ability to be able to really help people one-on-one or just in person, right? So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Do you think Patreon's a good place for that?
I've heard a lot of people say they don't like Patreon anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what their rules are and everything, but I know Patreon still exists because there's not really another competitor to Patreon. But I know a lot of people on Patreon are very dissatisfied with Patreon.
The Patreon itself, or the way it's
The way Patreon runs.
the way Patreon runs.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, I was going to suggest Patreon. but-
Yeah, so I'm using, and there's so many platforms out there. That's one of the frustrating things. Like I'm trying to learn all this on the go, right? Like I feel like I have, my skill set is in jiu-jitsu, my knowledge of jiu-jitsu, teaching jiu-jitsu, but the business side, like the marketing, the online stuff, I'm just learning on the fly, which is okay, right? Like whatever, figure it out, get feedback from people. So the platform I'm using now is okay, but I'm looking for a better one. Maybe Patreon. I've seen a few other platforms that can work.
You know what? I got an idea. You ready for this?
If it's a great idea.
Oh, of course
Always
it's a great
ready.
idea. So what you should, those injury lawyer billboards all over town?
Yeah, I saw a few.
Yeah, so you should you should be the BJJ billboard guy.
The
all over
billboard
town.
guy?
Yeah, all over town. Yeah, and have you've got somebody like in a headlock, want to learn how to do
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
So my brother, he was a lawyer in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Didn't like litigation, and I was like, dude, you should start a business where, like, there's the billboards, but that billboard is just in that one place all the time, right? If you're on the 405 and the 101, that intersection, like, great, but how can it be a mobile billboard?
Yeah.
I think you put on one of those big trucks, right? Now it's out there, it's being done, but 10 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe it still was, but I never saw it. Thought it was a great idea. He tried it for a year.
Yeah.
Didn't work out, but thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
no,
we can do
so no on the billboard idea from me.
If it's mobile,
If it's mobile, okay, okay, I'll take it. If it's
maybe I'll
mobile.
put it on my truck.
That's actually a good idea.
Right?
Oh, like I bring jujitsu to you. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that. You bring out the mats, you just roll out all the mats and everything
Yeah.
like that. It's actually not a bad idea.
Put a stance on them. That's my stance.
You're on the side of the jiu-jitsu fingers.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu flow.
I gotta say, one thing you show on your Instagram reels that I'm sure is on your instructionals, when you roll back onto your shoulders, you kick your feet up for a little brief second, engage the core, and then you roll back into a seated position. So doing that so much, it's actually helped me get into more of, like a shoulder, like a full plow pose, but on top of that, continuing the roll, make it really controlled. So it was a nice little starter and a primer for a complete rollback using my core and then coming back up and getting some neck flexibility.
Yeah.
And do you know this wrestler named Alexander? Alex, could you pull him up? He looks terrifying. If you go to Google Images and search Alexander Russian wrestler.
Older guy?
Yeah, he's older now. Yeah.
I feel like I heard Rogan talking about him.
Yeah, he's only lost 2 matches and that's it in his whole career, and he's had like hundreds and hundreds of
Is
matches.
he active now?
No, he's not active now.
Yeah, I think let's see.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, that's
I mean, look,
scary looking. That's the Hulk.
terrifying. And anyway, he's actually like a gymnast as well, and so he would do these shoulder walks where he's like walking on his shoulders.
Sorry, his boobs look like mine.
Oh, congrats!
Look at that.
Okay. Now, can I see?
You want me to show you?
Yeah, like what do you?
Yeah, look at those right there.
That's okay.
He had bigger boobs in the past.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I had gyno as a teenager.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What's that? What?
That right there.
What's I really don't know what gyno is. That's like a
Gyno. Look up gynecomastia. I think is how you say it. Easy word to spell.
gynecomastia.
I could be botching it. That one
Looks like the
I
pecs are
that one
inward.
Right there.
It-
Hey, good thing you don't need a nice
Oh.
chest to wrestle.
An increase of the amount of breast gland tissue in boys or men. Oh, it's a hormone thing. Oh, you really did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were joking, man.
No.
Okay.
That's serious. Yeah. I had it cut out, and then when they cut it out, I mean, I could be off, but I'm pretty sure. They cut it out,
Yeah.
and then your chest is there's like they cut out muscle tissue also.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect anything though, right?
No, I can still bounce my boobs.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah.
God bless. That's great, man.
No, we're good.
Good.
But it looks like a good wrestler.
What was the cause of that?
Probably steroids as like a sophomore.
Oh shit.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, damn, we are getting.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
See what
yeah.
the
Well, they said possible hormone
Hormone.
imbalances.
Yeah.
So who knows? Yeah.
the weed I was smoking as a sophomore.
Maybe.
I think it was like maybe college.
College.
Anyways, only surgery I've had in my life.
That's good.
Yeah.
How's your neck, by the way? Because the last time I went to try and oh no.
Actually, neck's good. My knee's messed up right now. You know the dogfight position?
You're on your knees, right?
Testing the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So your
I'm a blue belt.
knees. There you go. They're yeah. I went to go like kind of limp leg my leg out.
Ooh.
And my foot just got caught in the inside of the knee. It's been a week. Actually, it was a week today.
How is it swollen at all?
No, luckily it's not swollen.
That's really good.
And I'm just not good about going and getting checked out. I just rest a little more, and just pray that it goes away. And then when it does, I get back on the mats. Not the best process, but we'll see. If it another week or so, I'll go get it checked out.
Is it hurting?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's getting a little better each day, but yeah, like I can't turn it internally very much.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Okay. All right. Because I had stuff with my knee, but my friend's a doctor, and he basically helped me just rest it properly. I never take ibuprofen, but apparently it's good for like inflammation.
What about peptides?
Collagen peptides?
No, peptides.
I don't know. What are peptides?
I don't know. What are the peptides? Like B
complex?
BP157 maybe?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Can we
about.
look that up?
Yeah. BP157?
Is that what it is?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yes.
BPC15. Yeah.
What about it?
I don't know. I hear a lot of people talking about it.
I've never taken it.
No.
I have been taking a lot of collagen peptides, and my joints and everything feel great. Took an all-natural joint supplement, and I've been feeling much better. Much better.
Yeah?
Yeah. A lot better.
I got approached by a friend about starting a supplement company.
That's a tough business.
Yeah? You know much about it?
There's a lot, yeah, and I've heard other people who are in the supplement business talk
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. I'm not trying to deter you, but that is very competitive.
Yeah.
Without a big name behind you, that's like, yeah, going against some giants.
Right.
Yeah. What's what type of supplements are you thinking about?
So starting with like a hydration recovery Basically, like specific to jiu-jitsu practitioners.
Okay.
So, eventually be some type of pre-workout, focus, hydration, recovery.
Yeah.
We'll see. The cool thing is, whether it works out or not, whether I'm even a part of it, one of the beautiful things about my journey with Jiu Jitsu Flow, it just gets me connected to different people, different ideas, opportunities that I wouldn't have thought of on my own.
Yeah.
Which is cool, right?
Absolutely.
We're sitting here right now. I wouldn't have known you.
That's very true.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Ari.
Yeah, man.
No, and your instructionals I think are great for two reasons. They're very simple, and they're easy to digest.
How do you think they could be better?
Your videos, you have to have me in them. That's it.
That's a good answer.
That's it. I mean, if you have me, Ari,
Both of us with the backwards hats.
dude.
Let's go
Hi there.
viral. Let's go viral, bro.
To make yours better, I honestly, I mean, why don't you feel like they're as best as they can be? That's the real question. Because for me, I see them and I'm like, cool. Those are simple to do. I can do them on my own, or I could do them with a partner. Great, very straightforward. There's no BS. I look at your background, your credentials. I'm like, yeah, okay, I trust this person.
What makes it frustrating at times is, and this will sound silly that I'm not complaining about this, but just as far as being able to figure out how to provide the most value, I'll post something that might look cool and it'll blow up and get a ton of views, which whatever, but the reason it's good to get views, obviously, because then it gets more eyeballs on my content,
Right.
which means that I can then help more people grow the community. But I'm like that's not providing anybody value. That's like more entertainment, which I guess is a form of value.
I disagree.
If you see something that's cool, what do you do with that other than be like, oh, that looks cool, I like it?
You think people are just responding to it like that?
No, the when I look at the videos that get the most views, I hope that you would go and try that at home, and then hope that helps your movement in jiu-jitsu, or just helps your movement overall. But I feel like what gets pushed on social media is things that are more entertaining, which isn't a bad thing. But as far as and I'm trying to evaluate my platforms and how I can continuously provide more value, it makes it tough.
Well, when I go visit your Instagram, or your Instagram video pops up on my feed, I'm not going, okay, great, this is going to be real comedy gold here with Jiu Jitsu
Right.
Flow.
I'm not funny. God damn it.
Oh, Jesus.
Are we allowed to cuss on here or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to. That's part of the rules YouTube told us.
Balls.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, I'm not expecting, Mark Twain Award humor from Jiu Jitsu Flow. You know what I mean?
What are you laughing at, Sophia?
She gets it.
It's my girlfriend.
She gets it. See?
I don't.
Yeah, of course.
She makes fun of me about my humor all the time, or
Yeah?
lack of. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Good luck.
Can I introduce you to my dog?
No. Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's. You have a new baby.
We have a new baby,
All right, and your dog is
Enzo.
Enzo.
Yeah.
This is a Siberian Husky mix.
He's a wolf.
It's a wolf. This is your
Vicious.
first pet.
Vicious. First pet.
What has been the best part about this, and the most challenging part about this?
The best part, he just makes you feel good. He just loves you. Like every time you walk out of the room and you walk back in, and he's just like, "What's up, dude? How are we doing?"
The most challenging? We lost Ari to the dog.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's his eyes. His eyes are mesmerizing.
They are. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
You pick up any peeing and pooping in the apartment problems?
He's peed in the apartment like once. So
All right.
Sophia and I, we were in Palm Springs. I got to tell you how we got him.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's a story.
That's a story, right? It's not a jiu-jitsu story, but so we were in Palm Springs and going to get some breakfast. There was a long wait. So we were like, do we stay? Do we go? We ended up staying, and we walked around in the outdoor mall. Enzo, come here. Come here.
He's chilling.
Don't make me look bad. And yeah, whatever. Long story short, by the end of breakfast, we picked him up. Well, I wasn't planning on it at all. I've never taken care of anything other than myself. And now having him, I feel like it's the best move before having kids to get a dog. You agree or no?
Yeah, I think it depends on every person's path.
No.
Let's call a callback.
Everyone should do
Sophia knows.
No, it's been awesome.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of work, or it's a lot of energy, and but it's fulfilling. It's great. I take him to the mats to class. He hangs out.
That's cool. Does he get protective?
No, not at all.
Cool.
Not at all. He's not territorial. He gets along with everybody. He's awesome. We rescued him he was probably like 9 months old.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's been great.
I've got a would you rather question for you. You ready? You ready for this? Okay.
Dog.
Okay. And that's the show. Thanks for coming on, Ari.
Lots of dogs.
Okay, here's a would you rather. Would you rather lose an arm or a leg?
Arm.
Arm.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm good at triangles.
Oh.
I like triangles.
So you need your legs in jiu-jitsu more than your arms.
Single leg X, cross ashi,
Yeah.
triangles. Yeah, walking. Good call.
I'm the opposite. I want both my arms.
Both your arms?
Yeah.
Rear naked choke? You got to
Yeah.
work on that one arm choke.
Why one arm? I have both my arms.
How are you going to walk?
Oh, I'll just use a prosthetic.
You play seated guard, don't you?
No, I like actually passing guard.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really like. That's where I naturally feel inclined, or like wrestling type of stuff. I've been trying to get better at arm drags, which I really enjoy. I like flanking and going to the side or behind. I really enjoy that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wrestling's tough.
it's difficult. Sometimes I feel like I'm moving through sludge. Other times I feel light as a feather. It just depends on the day and the person I'm rolling with. Usually,
Do you train nogi?
rarely.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy nogi. But I don't know if it's just because I don't do it as much. I find I'm more like I feel. I don't want to say injured, but I feel more beat up after no gi than I do with gi.
Yeah. Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
Grips? What about your grips?
They've gotten better. I've learned I've learned to not be holding on to dear life all the time.
Know when to let go.
Yeah, exactly. How are your fingers? Jesus.
It's not bad actually. But
No,
this finger,
it's-
this
I see
finger was. That's your ring finger, right?
Yeah.
That'll be tough. Whenever that happens, the holding on. Oh, your fingers look beautiful.
Thank you.
You're good. Those blue belt fingers.
Okay, we gotta stop saying I'm a blue belt because one of the
You just said you were a blue belt.
No. We gotta stop because the upper belts are gonna listen to this and they're gonna be
Okay,
like, "Oh,
damn
so
it.
you're a blue belt
God
on your
damn it.
podcast, huh?" I'm not a blue belt. I'm a white belt. I should stay there for a
All
while.
right, we're taking the promotion back.
Good.
All right.
What were we talking about? Oh no. So you got a black eye? Is that from jiu-jitsu or from the tournament? Because you
No,
were
jiu-jitsu. I mean, training.
training. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you recently did a tournament.
Yeah.
You placed.
It's just like one of the jiu-jitsu world leagues. Competition, man.
Tell me about that because that's incredible.
No, it's not incredible.
Why is
It's
not
cool?
it is
an
incredible.
Experience. It's an experience.
Okay, here's you gotta maybe because you're in it, you don't see it. But first of all, just signing up for any competition, no matter where it's at, I think takes
Agreed.
guts.
Agreed.
You got to be brave
Yeah.
to do that, and it takes a certain mentality to do that. And so, I mean, to compete against a total stranger, even in the safety parameters of jiu-jitsu, is still like there's dangers to that, you know?
Yeah.
So it is incredible to a lot of people.
No, it's cool. And that's the reason, like, I'm not trying to be a world-class athlete. So, like, figuring out how to carve my path out in jiu-jitsu and try to make an impact on as many people as possible has been interesting. So the competition aspect, it's like I compete a little bit for ego. More so, when I say ego, I don't even know what I mean by that, actually. I compete because I like to test myself. I like to compete against other people outside of the gym. But even like going through the nerves, right? Have you done a competition?
No.
But it's the same, like if you're going for auditions, something where you feel like you have to perform well. Right, where there's a little something on the line like that. That's almost even worse than a jiu-jitsu, a local competition. Not trying to like devalue Jiu-Jitsu World League because I think they're great, but I'm not gaining anything from that other than the experience. Right, there's no prize money. It's not like putting me in the ranks of top black belt. Right, like it's literally just for the experience, which is a beautiful thing. I don't know where I'm going with that.
No. Well, I wanted to ask you this: when you're going into the when you're walking into the tournament, are you nervous at all? Because hey, I still get nervous even like on open mat, right before I roll with someone.
Me too.
Okay, so
I get nervous all the time. Open mats, competition.
So what do you what like walk us through to somebody who's never been to, you know, a tournament? Like what's it like when you show up? Because you've already signed up, right? Do you go through like a check-in process, and do you know exactly when you'll go? Like kind of walk us through this, and what specifically is going through your mind, and how you overcome that, because I think that's going to be really beneficial for somebody who's thinking about signing up or who is like anxious about competing and they've already signed up.
Yeah, I think I'm still trying to figure this out, so I don't have the answers on this, you know, at all. But what I feel like helps me is trying to make it as unimportant as possible. Like it's just another day. It's just another role. Like if you can try to replicate your like the gym experience in training, I feel like you do well, because you go to jiu-jitsu every day, and some people might be nervous going to jiu-jitsu class, right? So in that case, what do you do? Breath work, right? I think having a process leading up to whatever it is that's making you nervous is important, and then being able to have a routine that can kind of get you in the zone. And that's something I'm still trying to figure out, because I can go train at a gym, and it's like a lot of people deal with this, but for some reason in competition, I perform not nearly as well as I know that I can, or that I do on a regular basis in the gym. Right. And so then it's like, well, is my cardio not good enough? Or my nerves taking over? Am I not warmed up enough? And so I just think having a routine, but it's hard to do in competition, because classes at a regular gym aren't structured like a competition is, right? So a competition, you have your set time, you look online, and it's different for each organization, right? IBJJF, you weigh in like literally right before you step on the mats, or you weigh in and then you go sit in a group where it's like fenced off, and then they call you like your whole bracket to the mats. Jiu-Jitsu World League, you can weigh in like the morning of and then go relax, and then when your time is up, then you go get on the mats. So it's different. And then after you have your first match, if you win and you're moving on, you don't know how long the break's going to be, right? Versus in training, you know the exact routine. All right, I know I'm going to the gym. I know we're going to do a warm-up. We're going to go over some techniques. We're going to start rolling. We roll for however long it is. there's a minute break or less, and then we're on to the next roll, and I just want to get through all the training session or all the rounds.
Yeah.
Right. But in competition, being able to get yourself hyped up, get through the first match. All right, now you're recovering. Might be an hour until your next match, might be 20 minutes. And then being able to get yourself up again is tough. And then going against somebody that you don't know, the intensity is much different than a regular roll, right?
Yeah.
So that's like, there's a lot of variables, and I feel like if you can just make it not important, like if I go to this tournament, I lose, like, so what, right? It's really only the high level athletes that have something on the line, right? Their reputation, they're getting, like, for whatever it is. But 99% of us that are just training as a hobbyist, serious hobbyist, it's just experience, right? And you either win, you lose, you learn, you win, like whatever.
Absolutely. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back. And we are back. Yeah, man, the nerves are always there for me, but they're always worse than what's actually happening in the roll. It's always worse.
The nerves are there when you go. Sorry to cut you off. When you go to just everyday class.
Like open mat or open roll. Like there's sorry, we're just rolling after class. Yeah. During the class, I'm not nervous because we're just going over technique, and I'm like, okay. But there is this part of me that, okay, I don't want to lose. That's always there. But also, okay, what am I doing really that I should be doing? And I'm in this bad place. But I'm more nervous right before it starts because there's these thoughts that come up into my head that are negative or unrealistic of what might happen in the roll.
Yeah, the what if.
Yeah. And then when it happens, when it starts, I'm like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. Even if I'm getting smashed, I'm like, okay, all right, I know they're gonna go into this arm bar. I'm gonna see if I can like delay it as long as I can. I know I can stay in like this position for a little bit. If they shift their weight, maybe I can like push them off balance, but I gotta just conserve energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking of it like from moment to moment. Yeah. Here's something that I've done that's actually helped me, and I don't know if you do it too, or people listening or watching, comment below if you do this. I have stopped looking at the clock during a roll.
Why?
Because I get in my head. If I look at the clock and it's like, let's say 3 minutes more, and I'm like, oh my God, 3 minutes, or it's like 1 minute, then I'm like, oh, I got to survive for 1 minute instead of just being present in the moment, because I said to myself, okay, I'm not going to like die within this 5 minutes. So I might as well just try to ignore the time frame and just be as present as I can be rather than thinking, okay, I've got 2 minutes left. Oh, I've got a minute left kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's great. Another side of that is if you're getting ready for a competition, it's like you need to be looking at the clock, right? Because you need to be practicing different scenarios. You have 1 minute, you're down 2. What are you doing? Right? That's where it's like
that's true.
Your own journey is like, it's your own journey, right? The right what's the right way? I don't know. Whatever works best for you, whatever your individual goals are, Yeah. And that's where it's circling back when we're talking about like teaching and how to help everybody. It's like you have some people that compete a lot, and that's, I guess, you have like competition classes, and you just separate hobbyists from competitors. But it's also good to have people working together, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Your professor at Triunfo, Felipe. He recently won his tournament. I saw some clips from that.
Won his last, like, I don't remember the last time he lost. I think he won Worlds, Pans. He's been double golding a lot.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you've gotten to roll with him recently, or what's it like? Is it just a whole other level?
Yeah, it's a good example of, I have my black belt. I do well against a lot of the black belts that I train with, and he crushes me.
Wow.
Right.
How? Because this is hard for even me to a certain degree, but especially someone who doesn't do martial arts or jiu-jitsu to really understand why? You guys both have black belts. You know what I mean? Like, is he just doing the technique faster or just cleaner, or does he know what you're going to do before you do it? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out myself. It's every time I'm like, and I'll know what he's doing, right? That's the frustrating thing. Also, is like I know what he's about to do. I know what's coming, and I still can't stop it.
Is it because he's stronger, or you're just like the technique is he just gets to a certain part of the technique?
Yeah, no, he's strong. He's definitely stronger. So, and that's where like when you talk about not using much energy or not using much strength, like you need strength. Maybe not at the beginning. I don't know. Anyways, but he's strong as shit. But also his technique, it's just a good combination of like strength, technique, timing, awareness and judgment, knowing when to go for something, when not to. He's really good. Yeah. But it just shows like there's levels, right? When I go train out in Austin at New Wave with those guys, it's like I remember, like I'm a black belt. I'm pretty good, right? I don't know where, like, how do you ever know where you stand, like, with all the black belts, right? It's something people I would assume think about a lot, like, where do I stack up if there was a world ranking of black belts? And I remember going with Marigali, just like sparring one round, and he gets me in mount, and I'm just like, dude, there's nothing that I can do right now, and it like just made me feel like a white belt. And it's like, oh my God, like they're another example of how there's levels. The levels are crazy, and there's many people that I haven't rolled with that I know that are at such a high level. And there's not even just black belts. There's blue belts that are now at crazy levels because the sport's growing so much and more people are training full time. But you take your ego out of it for a second, like it's just a beautiful thing, because then you know that you're never going to achieve that, the ultimate peak, right? Or that ultimate peak is just being able to continuously grow and learn, right?
Yeah. Maybe that peak is just giving 100% of yourself that day.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the peak.
Yeah. And just not stopping.
Yeah. That's part of it. There's something really cool about doing something for an extended period of time and then looking back and going, oh, wait, I've been doing this for a long time, or look how much I've learned from this. And it's been weeks. Wow, look, I've really stuck to this thing for 6 weeks. Wow, I've learned a lot. Or, man, it took me 6 weeks to learn this one thing. And sometimes people feel discouraged by that, but I'm like, well, then maybe that's what it's supposed to take 6 weeks to learn that one thing for you.
Yeah. Yeah. The journey, my brother talked to me a lot about this, like in business, or like trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do with life? I want to find something that I'm passionate about. And he was like, forget what you're passionate about. Just embrace the journey of learning something new, right? Like whatever that is. If you can just embrace that journey of learning something new and mastering a craft, right? Whether it's being a teacher, whether it's, getting into finance, marketing, whatever it is, just master that journey. Learn to embrace that and enjoy it. Luckily, I found Jiu Jitsu, and whether I'll be able to continue to do that as a career, right, within the Jiu Jitsu community, like I hope so. But it helps me when I think about, when I compare myself to other people. It's like, as long as I stay on a path and enjoy just trying to get better at something, then I feel like I've made it.
Do you get discouraged when you compare yourself to other people, or is it more of a?
No.
It's it like invigorates you to do something.
No, it doesn't even. I mean, sometimes I get motivated, but more I just appreciate what other people are doing. It doesn't really affect me too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't compare myself. I used to. I used to compare myself to people, but then it's a slippery slope. You compare yourself to people and in jiu-jitsu and life, and who has a bigger house, who has more money, who has whatever it is.
Yeah.
If I could just compare myself to like my yesterday me, and I feel like I'm getting a little better, I'm happy with that.
That's great. But in terms of like you're still trying to find something within the jiu-jitsu world, and jiu-jitsu flow maybe is part of that, where it elevates you to this new level with like your own personal business, and you want to build some sort of like empire, like mini empire with that, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I want to get to the place. So I'm trying to integrate yoga, not the movements of yoga, but the feeling that you get after a yoga class. I personally really enjoy, and I'm trying to create that with Jiu-Jitsu flow. I'm going to Thailand in September. To get certified in yoga through a guy that I highly respect and appreciate as a friend, and he's a musician and a yogi, and I'm hoping that through that experience I'll be able to just create a jiu-jitsu flow experience that people will really, really be able to resonate with.
Wow.
And I might be being too hard on myself, but like I've taught seminars, I've taught jiu-jitsu flow classes, and people are like, oh yeah, that was cool, that was great, but like, I've been to classes that I know are amazing. It's like, well, yeah, that was incredible, and so I want that, and I want to be able to provide that to people, and then I want to be able to teach people how to provide that to their community.
Right.
So that's kind of like my next goal after these instructionals.
Well, I definitely think it's possible, because even incorporating one or two jiu-jitsu movements whenever I used to teach yoga in my classes would always receive extreme positive feedback from like, oh, that was a really nice, like just rolling up onto our shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that was nice just to get the body moving and warmed up in like a quick and efficient way, and incorporate breathing with the movement is wonderful. So I think it's definitely possible, and that's going to be quite the journey going to Thailand too. I can only imagine. And and going back to the feeling you said that you have after really good yoga class, I think I've experienced that with jiu-jitsu, with the actual classes, when it's been a really good class, not like an open mat or everybody's open rolling, you know what I mean? It's been the really good classes where I'm like, wow, I feel like I learned this technique, like it's in my muscles now. And then I feel extra good about it when like next week when we're doing something else, all of a sudden I've gone to that technique and I'm like, oh, I remember this. I mean, I get excited like internally. I'm like, I remember this. Yes. It's working.
Yeah.
So I think, that's where I've found that feeling with jiu-jitsu.
So you can get that feeling from learning a technique, or you get that feeling after rolling?
After a really good class where I feel it's in my muscles and it's in my bones, and then it happens again like weeks or days or months later when I'm ever able to execute that technique, and it is in my bones and it is in my muscles. He's getting emotional. No, it's okay, man. It's we're changing lives
Good
here
God.
on Wesam's World.
Oh wow. No, that's.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I didn't know there was liquid death without the carbonation.
Yeah, this is it.
It is.
Yeah.
This is the sparkling.
That's the sparkling. That's the only one I've had. I was thrown off at first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we continue on, our live portion on Adobe Radio has come to an end. However, the show continues on tomorrow morning. You can watch us on YouTube or listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Make sure you follow Ari on Jiu Jitsu Flow. Check out his videos. Sign up and check out his Jiu Jitsu Flow instructionals. They're amazing. And if you have any questions about signing up at Triunfo or even at Little Tokyo Fight Club, just message either one of us. So,
Yeah.
I highly recommend. Do you guys do like a free audit class or something like, or for?
Yeah, I think they do like a free week trial.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So Triunfo, if you're in Orange County, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Amazing teachers, safe place, no ego. People are super friendly. It might feel a little intimidating or a little nervous, but everybody there is super nice. So definitely check them out.
Catch your boy Edmund on Sundays.
Yeah, Edmund.
9:30 class.
Oh, great. He's teaching there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Everybody knows Edmund from the show. All right, and the show continues on. Yeah. Is your rib okay?
My rib?
Yeah, you grabbed your rib or your stomach just now. Is that another injury?
Oh, no.
Okay,
It was that going down the wrong pipe.
Oh, gotcha.
We're
gotcha.
good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, I'm glad your neck's okay because when I went to Triunfo and I was, your neck you looked like in pain.
I got stacked as a blue belt at some gym in Santa Monica, big guy. And ever since then, I just literally every couple of months, something happens to my neck where I just stiffen up. That's just been part of my journey.
Well, Alex, what do you think that could be?
Well, where do you feel it?
It'll
Occipital ridge or through the
the what ridge?
occipital, so the base side of your skull?
It'll be on the side.
Okay, so that's probably your one of the retraction muscles, or it's the capitis. There's also small.
She's educated.
It's my job. It's my side job. And there's also other ones. So when that happens, you actually have to stretch the front side of your body. So when we start to feel pain,
Yeah.
usually it's the opposite side. So when we think of back pain, neck pain, it's actually usually a tight chest, tight pecs, tight SEMs, your scalenes, anything that's pulling you forward. Because our muscles in our back are trying to find balance. But when there's not enough stretch to find the balance, it just pulls and contracts. And then that's when we get those things that start to get exasperated and you feel that creep up, and then that one extra thing that you've done
Yeah.
here, or especially with jiu-jitsu, everyone is always using
Yeah.
neck thrust, and so this is extremely tight. Retraction, stretching through here is going to release anything that might be going on back there. I have a similar issue. I'm a medical massage therapist, is what I also do. And I'm constantly in this
Yeah.
with pushing in here. And I have a previous injury, same kind of a thing, where every few months it gets exasperated. And I just know that I haven't done enough opening and stretching and releasing of the fascia through the front side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impressive answer.
Yeah. Might be that. I don't know. I mean, that seems like it could be it.
Yeah. It would, I mean, Sophia would have to help me on a few occasions, like lay down in bed, just because when you go to sit back, you're engaging muscles that you don't realize that you are,
Yeah, stability muscles.
Yeah.
Wow.
It would be so painful. But luckily that hasn't happened in a while.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Since I've been out of the office, working in an office all day and then going and training at nighttime, like what most people do.
What do you didn't? I didn't know you work in an office.
No, I used to.
Oh, used to. Sorry, I thought this
used
was a
to.
new thing right now.
No,
I was like,
no,
oh my
no.
god.
No. Before I quit that to do Jiu Jitsu Flow full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't think I could work in an office. Peyton, you think you can work in an office, a regular office?
Hell no.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. I would go crazy. I'd be fired immediately. I'd be too confrontational about things with people. Way
Just
too
get
direct.
into sales. You'd be perfect.
No. Fine. You don't want to buy it? Fine.
Yeah, sales is rough.
Well,
How's that been doing?
good. I know he ran a marathon recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had to use the bathroom a lot during it, but he had an okay time. That's what he told me. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but yeah. But he ran the marathon. He did great. Asked me about my experience running it. I told him drink water because he's like, yeah, I didn't drink water on one of my 18-mile days. I'm like, are you insane? Like, drink water. So
Yeah.
he's a goofball. I love him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing that. I think that was the last time I texted him. He's in Korea now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they took him back. No, I'm kidding. He's there for a vacation.
Got him. He threw too much fame. He threw out a ball at the Dodgers game.
Yeah,
The
I saw
first
that.
pitch. What was that?
I don't know.
Guy's a ninja.
He does his own thing. I think he's as close to a real life anime character or
Yeah.
cartoon I could think of. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It's so funny. I had an audition recently, and I don't think I told you about this, Peyton, but I was like, I don't get this character. The character description versus what they're writing in the script versus what the casting director notes are all conflict with one another. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm just going to do Edmund for this. And I did. And
Crushed it.
My reps were like, great tape. I'm like, thank you.
What do you do? What do you do on Chicago Fire? How's that experience?
Great. I played a paramedic who follows the rules. Okay, I don't believe about going. I'm a big rule follower, and then I caused a little bit of trouble. Without giving too much away, people should keep tuning into the show because
You should.
I'm just saying in general, characters. Oh, by the time this airs, when does this air?
This Thursday.
This Thursday. Oh yeah, I'm back on. Yeah, my character came back on. They thought they fired him. He's not fired. He's back.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice little character arc. We'll see if he comes back for season 13.
Season 13.
Yeah, we'll see.
Have you seen or watched This Is Us?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
Clips.
He only watches clips.
I for most things I just watch clips.
There's like 10. How many seasons are there? A lot.
Yeah. The little thing about me, I want to act. I don't want to watch TV and watch movies. That's the way it is. I just don't. I'd rather act in it.
Why?
That's what I love to do.
So you don't watch TV at all?
Rarely, like full episodes of things.
Yeah.
Rarely. Yeah. Right now I'm watching some Hell's Kitchen, which I love.
Yeah.
That helps me wind down at night.
You feel like acting like took out the fun of just sitting and watching a show or watching a movie?
Like to be like suspend my disbelief.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
I can't suspend my disbelief. It's rare that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you just like critiquing everyone's acting abilities?
Some parts I'm probably critiquing. Some parts I'm like, oh, I wonder. I've been like, man, that must have been annoying to block, or wow, that must have been really fun to film. I wonder what the direct. Oh, look at that. I think this. Yeah, I see it coming. I see where the story's coming here. So like, I'm just breaking it down.
Yeah.
Like constantly. And people's acting choices, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's the take they used.
That's wild.
Because if you do a TV show, sometimes you'll give different variations and levels, and you'll give certain lines completely different ways, and then you won't know which way they chose until the episode airs, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, never mind then.
Okay.
Take back the recommendation of This Is Us.
It's
One of the best shows of all time,
It's
other
a
than Chicago Fire.
it's a drama show, right?
I don't know. Is that drama?
Yeah.
You seen it?
Drama. I actually, I used to do these things where you go in and you give feedback on shows, right, when they're pilots. And so I knew about that show before it was actually picked up.
Okay.
And then it got picked up, and my friend Nora watched it as well, and she's like, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big show.
Yeah.
So we gave feedback. There are some things they change. Sometimes you'll watch and they'll change the actors, they'll change a storyline and get the feedback, but nothing of it had changed. It was just pretty good from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made me cry more than Remembered the Titans.
Oh, you cried during it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
Multiple
part?
times.
What part did make you cry?
I mean, which episode?
Well, what's something really that made you like really tear up?
The relationship between one character and his father. So the character was adopted,
Okay.
and then reconnects with his biological father, and just their dynamic gets me. I don't know why.
Peyton, do you cry during shows? Have you cried recently?
I don't really watch TV shows, but movies, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the last movie you cried in?
No, I'll get back to you on that.
No, it's all good.
It's gonna be dead air for a minute.
No, that's have you seen Warrior?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know that scene where he's
good.
carrying his dad after he relapses?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was bawling in the movie theater.
Tom Hardy. What is he, like a purple belt now?
Yeah, he is. Have you seen his matches?
Good. I've
Yeah.
probably seen some clips online, but not
Yeah.
not too much.
Double leg takedown.
Really?
Constantly. Like that's the majority.
Boys
of it.
out at Henzo's.
Man, makes me want to do double. I like those double leg
A nice
takedowns.
double leg it's beautiful. I don't remember the last time I hit one, but
You doing
I
a
like
single
watching other
leg?
people doing it.
Do you see Mighty Mouse versus that huge guy? He
At the jiu-jitsu, the IBJJF tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
He got what was it? The seatbelt or something like that.
I don't know. I just
Cross-
saw that he won.
Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Yeah?
It was beautiful. It was like he got the single leg and then took him down, flipped around, then got like some kind of like cross collar choke on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they went to the ground. It was incredible.
Yeah.
That guy's insane. He's probably one of the best martial artists of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah.
What is he, like 5'3", 5'4"?
I have no clue. Yeah, he's short.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his flying arm bar
In one?
in UFC?
Yeah. I guess it was UFC. Yeah. I feel like Achilles, we're getting all jiu-jitsu-y right now, but this, did you watch I think it was Who's Number One last night?
No.
The main fight was Wagner against Marigali.
Okay.
But Wagner's son was on it, Achilles, and I don't know the other guy. He went for a double leg. Can we watch that real quick, actually? It literally happens in like 30
Sure.
seconds, 20 seconds. Goes for a double leg.
You're gonna and then after that, I'm gonna ask you one final question.
Yeah.
And it's a little controversial, but I want to hear your take.
Okay.
Okay.
But he counters a double leg into a flying armbar.
That's incredible.
Can you tell me the
It was
names again?
nice. Achilles Rocha. Maybe we should do WNO.
I usually
was
do.
last
I
night.
usually pull that on Sundays. What you just the Achilles into the or not the Achilles. Yeah, I usually
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Me too.
I like hit the down arrow and I didn't see.
I'd like to roll with you next time you guys having like an open mat or something to see
Yeah.
where I'm at, how much I've improved.
Saturdays.
Saturdays?
Yeah, you come to my class at 11,
jeez.
open mat at 12. I'll come up to Little Tokyo.
Okay. I'll try to come because we record Saturdays. That's the only issue because then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna see if I
Yeah.
can. We do have open mats for Sundays of every month at Little Tokyo.
So, first Sunday?
I think first Sunday.
Wait, so what's the format there now?
What do
Because
you
in
mean?
the past I thought it was all open mat.
Yeah, now it's a subscription. Like, we
Oh,
actually
good for
pay now.
them.
Yeah, we finally.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's so affordable to sign up.
Yeah.
Gets a little crowded, not gonna lie, but
Right.
the caliber of black belts that we have teaching there are just incredible.
Nice. So
Yeah.
how often are classes?
Every single evening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a full-on school now.
Yeah, like Monday through Friday, Saturday, I believe, and then Sunday evenings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does Edmund teach there?
No, Edmund I guess he's only teaching at Tranfil. Yeah.
Okay.
But we have Isaac, who's coming on the show.
Uh-huh.
And he won Worlds recently as well. In
Really?
his division, yeah.
Nice.
And we have James is over there still. And then we have another James, and I always forget their last names for some reason. But incredible black belts just teaching classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
cool. Their setup is really inspiring as far as like thinking about having a gym in the future.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Just their whole setup. I love it.
Well, while they're
So
looking
awesome.
while they're looking that
Yeah,
up,
whatever. It's
yeah,
not- Huh?
Yeah,
Marigali versus.
Don't worry about it. No. It was Achilles Roca versus Cameron Couch, maybe.
well, while they're
Not a
looking it
big
up, no, it's all good. They'll find it or whatever. But I was just gonna say, controversial question here.
Yeah.
In the sport of jiu-jitsu, seems to be a very harsh yay or nay for steroid use. Steroid versus natty. What's your opinion about that? Do you care that there's steroids used in it, or do you think it should all go natural, or just depends on the rules and regulations of what they sign up for?
If you're a pro athlete, I don't feel too strongly about it either way. I basically think that a lot of pro athletes are using some type of performance enhancing drug, and I don't blame them if that's what they're doing for their career, and they need to do whatever they can to feed their family and just get to do whatever it takes. Even like, so having that presumption that everyone's doing steroids, I don't think people should do them, but I don't judge too hard if they do. It's more so if they lie about it, if they pretend like they're not. But if they're open about it, yeah, it's this one right here.
All right, let's see this. Okay. Oh, wow.
Look at that control of the arm.
That's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Not so much a flying armbar, but that defensive transition.
Can you play that again? Because that happened a little quick, and I'm trying to figure out how exactly he turned into that.
Look at the overhook that he has on the left arm.
So he feints, and then... Wow.
Oh, no, it's the right arm. He goes the other side.
So if you're in this position, what are you trying to do? I see he's trying to roll over, right? If you're the guy in the red, what are you trying to do?
Can you go back to... So from here, when he gets belly down,
yeah.
I mean, he has such a good bite and control of the elbow. So I would maybe go, and again, I don't know if it's possible, but if you go back, can you go back a few seconds? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Till he's belly down. Here. So when he rolls, if he could have stayed, like rolled his legs, basically like spin around, staying belly down though, as Achilles tries to roll him through. So keep going. Keep going a little more.
So, pause.
Right
Sorry.
right.
So you're saying keep the belly down, but move the hips to face that way, or that way?
No, go a little further. So he's going to build back up to his knees because he's going to. He has no base. He's going to get pressure. It's right here. So this roll, he rolls through and ends up on his back, and that's where he gets finished. But as his legs start to come over Achilles' body, if he could turn his body to stay belly down, he would end up in top side control.
So
But
you're saying these hips, keep him face down, and then go over his body right here. So the right leg goes over.
correct. The right leg goes over, and he keeps spinning his body through, and would end up in side mount. But the grip that he has, like, I don't know if that's possible.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good to know.
Right, but he gets flattened out, and then it's really tough. But it's a...
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I should put it's a good escape.
Yeah, good sportsmanship. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's always good to see good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
You know?
He's 18 years old.
What?
Savage.
Oh my God.
So that's Wagner. Do you know Wagner?
No.
So Wagner, it was a pretty cool story. Their family. So Wagner was the main event. Mm-hmm. He's like 41, legend in the sport. He's been around for a long time. This is his son, who's 18, and then his daughter was like, if not the next match, the one after. So it was the first time that like 3 siblings have been on a card like this.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Pretty
lovely.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying. I think we should. I've been trying to get Peyton on like steroids, human growth hormone, trend, like just everything. I just want him.
You want to do it?
I want to. Honestly, I want to see what would happen.
We're gonna do it.
Am I going to do it? Of course. Of course I'm going to do it.
That a boy.
Anything
That
Sam
a boy.
wants. Anything he wants.
Yeah.
How? I mean, no. I feel like you'd look like Liver King, and then he just looks so stiff.
See, but that's the
I
thing.
would look silly.
Yeah.
If he was just like, yeah, I do steroids, like, okay, cool, like, do what you want to do. But if you lie about it, I'm not saying he's lying about it. I don't know the whole story. I just see what you see online.
Oh, he lied about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes tough.
Also, I'll be completely frank. I don't know the guy, whatever. I really don't care or whatever, but it's hard to like go back to, hey, I've been all natural, buy my supplements that are all natural,
Right.
and you'll look like me.
Right.
And then you lie and say I was actually on steroids, and then you're like, but keep buying my
still
supplements.
yeah.
It's like, wait.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they might be good supplements. Who knows?
Right, but it's hard
Yeah.
to like want to buy supplements from you, because if you lied about that, what's really in the supplements?
Right. Right.
I'm not saying he's not strong or he's not healthy, but yeah, it's just hard to like.
Yeah, it ruins the credibility
Yeah.
for a little bit.
If he was even like, yeah, I do steroids, but these supplements help me
Exactly.
tremendously.
Well, that's what I mean.
I'd be like, okay.
Right. What do you think about it?
Well, about what?
Steroids in general with jiu-jitsu.
Oh, I either think that just have him separate, because I think steroids help you tremendously in recovering. That's what I've learned.
Right.
I mean, I'm being very simple in my explanation of it.
Yeah.
Steroids help you in your recovery, correct?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what I've learned. Yeah.
I would assume, but I feel like there's also so many different options that people are taking now. Like I'm just learning what peptides are.
Okay.
So yeah, if it helps with recovery, but yeah, I mean it's cheating. It's cheating if it's banned. If other people aren't doing it, but you're never gonna have like a complete fair playing field. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either have a tournament or a organization where it's like everything is allowed. Like everything is allowed.
Yeah, like Pride.
Sure. Or one that's like, hey, all natural, nothing's allowed. And then, okay, cool. We know that people who are in this use that stuff. No, people who are in this don't use it. I think when you start mixing, it's like, well, those people have an advantage.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I mean, I don't care if you use them. Like, I honestly don't care, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not like MMA. I don't even make that much of it where you're punching somebody. Like you're grappling, but even like steroids, like I don't know how much like the strength, it does make a big difference, but it just allows you to train more. Recover faster.
That's huge, right?
Huge.
If you are able to train more, you're going to be better usually.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my 2
Just
cents.
open it up to everybody.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming on the
It's
show.
more entertaining.
That's true. I think there's a rich billionaire who's making like a steroid Olympics or something like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's apparently happening. So I'm like, okay, we'll see how fast people can run.
I did hear about that actually.
Mm-hmm.
Overseas?
It's me.
This guy. It's already happening in Dubai. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks for having me, man.
It's an absolute pleasure. People want to follow you at Jiu Jitsu Flow.
Jiu Jitsu Flow.
Great. And if they want to check out one of your classes at Triinfo, it's in Orange County.
Yeah. Just message me on Instagram.
Great.
Any questions? Want to chit chat?
All right.
Whatever.
Peyton, play us out. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into the show. Always remember to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and comment below if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Always appreciate y'all. Went Southern or Midwest there for a little bit. Not sure why. We're just going to keep it. All right. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye.